my name's Kat, and welcome to my kitchen on Sunday night, where I'm going to teach you how to make a home sweet home wreath using some white and black striped burlap jute mesh, some black and white ribbons to really make that design pop, and then finishing off with a gorgeous bow. Let me make sure that I take care of all our housekeeping items. If you like this design and you want to replicate it later, once you order all your supplies, do me a favor and just click the share button. It'll share it to your page. So much easier to find than trying to dig through mine. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Cat's Creation 777, and all the videos are put in order of most recent, all the way down to the very first video I did. If you want to be notified when we go live, make sure that you click the like and follow button. You have to do both in order to turn the notifications on. When you do both, you're going to want to, while you're on the video, click the three dots in the upper right hand corner. That allows you to go ahead and turn those notifications on so that if we do an unexpected live, you'll be notified as long as you're on your phone somehow. If you're new, let us know you're new. We'd like to welcome you to our group, especially if you're a first-time viewer tonight. Let us know where you're from. A lot of times you make a connection here with somebody that lives relatively close to you. YouTube subscribers, this is from Facebook Live on Sunday, January the 17th of the year 2021. So for those of you on YouTube that want to be notified when I drop a new video, just go ahead and click the bell button in the upper right hand corner. That turns your notifications on for you in YouTube. Also, I'm making these announcements because the price is going up as of February the 1st. So if you want to join my private group, it's $17 a month right now. It goes up to $27 on February 1st. So if you want all the details, go to my website, which is catscreationsandmore.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and down below you'll see all the information about the private group, including what all you get, when we meet, and then how you would go ahead and sign up for a reoccurring payment. Then you'll go back over to the Facebook group, and then you'll request to join based on the information you entered when you signed up.
And that's for new members only.
Yes, new members only. So thank you for clarifying that every single time. So once you become a member, you lock in your rate for life. It doesn't matter what we change the rate to. You stay at that rate as long as you're a current member. So, anyone joining us? I guess I should turn on my tablet.
Yes. Our first one is Mary McCracken.
Hi, Mary.
Jenny Stewart, Betty, Sharon, Barbara, Judy, Julia, Angie, Deborah, Marianne, Rhonda, Lynn, Stormy, Susan, Dixie, Kathy, Lisa, Gail, Vera, Judy, and many, many other women. Happy Sunday.
Yes, and this is a public live, so you can feel free to click that share button, especially for like our private group members. They're like, do we share? Do we not share? Yes, in the private or in the public group, you can share. So 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I'm doing black and white theme, so I just color coordinated my pipe cleaners to match that. To go ahead and wire these up, I've done the first 5, and I usually save the 6th section for new members who are joining us for today. So on a Dollar Tree wreath frame, the 14-inch, you have weld marks that separate each one of those 6 sections. So you're going to take your pipe cleaner, you're going to use the weld marks as your like end points, and then you're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to pull it through the first 2. So the innermost ring and one of the middles, you're going to wire that together. And then you're going to take your other pipe cleaners, and now you're going to wire together the 2 outer ones using the weld, and your center one is like your midway point. So you just kind of want to look somewhere in between this and find a middle ground. And then that way it kind of helps you set everything up for this particular design. Just like that, and give it a couple twists. And then that way, see, none of your pipe cleaners move. So we are going to be using the jute burlap mesh. So this cannot emphasize, not to be cut with a wood burning tool. So you have to cut this with a rotary cutter. These are cut to 20-inch pieces. I know it feels way longer than that. And we're just gonna ruffle. So I start my ruffles on the inside, and then as I am placing each piece, I go from here to here to here to here, and I just go and hit the very next one. That way I don't skip one on the inside or skip some on the outside as they start to get pretty full. And as I ruffle these, I'm going to take the finished edges, and the finished edges are going to go to the inside and to the bottom. So the cut edges are going to go to the middle part or to the inside section. So see, finished edge going into the middle, and then this way I have the finished edge, and I'm gonna go ahead and just twist this all the way off because I know we're not gonna use those, knowing the design I have chosen.
And welcome Anne. She said, hi, first time watching live.
Where are
Usually
you
we
from?
catch you on YouTube, watching from Clacton on Essex, UK.
Wow.
So she's near Essex.
So you're
So that's
up
like-
really late,
That's
right?
like 2 a.m., I believe. Yeah.
Is it?
2
8
a.m.,
hours,
8
right?
hours, yep.
8 hours difference? Wow. Okay. Thank you for joining. So by putting the finished edge to the inside and the outside, that's generally going to be the place where the customer is going to touch it the most. So by adding our cut edges to the inside, that should help curb some of that fraying that will occur. So I am just going to go all the way around and do my ruffles. So if you guys have any questions while I'm doing this, please feel free and hit me up with any questions you have.
And some of the gals are being great. They're already doing it. Deb, why can't it be cut with a wood burner? Because this has some of the...
It's a burlap mesh,
Yeah.
so it's got cotton fibers
It's
in
got
it.
cotton fibers running through the gray, lighter gray and white portions.
So what would end up happening is you would cut with a wood burner, and where the polypropylene is, that would cut, and then it would stop when you have that cotton fiber in there.
And this mesh is from Craft Outlet.
Yeah, or you could find it at the Wreath shop, Deco Exchange.
Deco Exchange, yeah.
You're just gonna want to put in, what is it, black and white jute burlap mesh.
And wow, we have a Trisha Kenny watching from Dublin, Ireland.
Wow, thank you for joining us.
Another late night. That's also 2 a.m., I believe.
Yeah, or they're just getting home, and you know how those people have
Maybe,
to
yeah.
unwind for a little bit before they call in a night.
Yeah, well, welcome all. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And then we've got a, let's see, somebody from Tulare, which is down here.
We know where Tulare is. It's
Yep.
the halfway point
Barbara.
between our daughter's
I think
house.
she's been on before, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Deanna Brandon. She says, hi, first time live. I live 30 minutes north of Tulare. There was another
Okay.
woman the other week that was actually in Tulare.
Yes, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that are up there in, I guess you'd call it, what, almost Central California?
Mm-hmm. There's actually a Dublin in California, and
There is.
Northern California, yeah.
It doesn't look like the real Dublin, though.
No, but it does have green rolling hills, but small.
Not
Not
like that.
Not like
no.
that. Yeah.
Okay. So as I'm doing the outer 12, you'll see that I pull my pipe cleaner straight, and that's so I can find them quickly.
The mesh is cut to 20 inches, gal.
Yep.
All of them. Oh.
So when you cut a roll like this into 20-inch pieces, you should use up an entire roll equally and have none left over. You might have one that might come up a little bit short. It just depends on how it is placed on the roll when it's rolled up by the factory. If it comes up a little bit shorter, you can always add that one to the inside 6, and then that way it won't really impact, you won't notice it as much. So what do you guys think of the new house sign that is house shaped? I'm in love with that sign. They have, I think it's 3 different versions of it. One says, this one says home sweet home.
One says welcome friends, welcome something.
Yeah, and then the other one says love grows here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're super cute. I like it. Change it up, make it different.
Linda, yeah, that's also a good idea. You can cut the mesh to about 19.5 inches each one so you don't come up short. Yep,
Yeah.
good idea.
Sometimes what I do is I cut the center ones at 19 and then I go back to 20 on the outside ones. Oop, I need to do this one.
Oh, welcome, Margaret. She said, Margaret Burns says, hi, this is my first time watching a live show. I have watched many of your other shows and I've learned so much from you. I think I'm ready to tackle doing one also. I am from Northeast Pennsylvania. Love your shows.
Nice. I like it when people are like ready to take the challenge and they're like, I'm going to do it. Because that's what I thought the first time I ever saw a Deco mesh wreath being done. I was like, I could do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, it didn't look as good the first time, but you get better with every single one you make.
The signs are from
Craft Outlet,
Craft Outlet,
Wreath Shop, Deco Exchange, Trendy Tree, and then
5th Street Studios.
Fifth
right?
Street Studios
On
carries
Etsy,
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who have them. And that's the beauty of people who have decided to go into selling supplies is it benefits us because we can generally find it somewhere.
Yep. So most of the we just said you can get it from Craft Outlet, Deco Exchange, the Wreath Shop. Just gotta shop around.
I think
This is these signs Kat got from a place on Etsy called 5th Street Studios.
just because I was over there ordering some other items. Matter of fact, I just placed another huge order from her shop today. Next to ribbons, I think signs are probably my next biggest weakness. Deco mesh, not so much. Although you'll have types that you'll like to use more than others depending upon your wreath.
And Peggy, the sign is 10.5 inches wide by about 9.5 inches long or tall.
Because we were just talking about that before we went live.
Yep.
I'm like, someone thought it was a really huge sign, and it's not.
But it's cool because it actually has a wreath on the door.
It
It's got a lot of
does.
detail to it.
It really and truly does.
So the other thing you gals could do too is probably spray clear coat lacquer the front of it, so it'll hold up a little bit better outside.
You could.
Yeah. And one of the gals earlier asked, the mesh that you're using, would it hold up well outside? As long as it's not direct sunlight, right?
Yeah, I mean, anything with direct sunlight's gonna fade. And we did an experiment all last year for 2020. We all I did is take a wire wreath frame and wire it with every conceivable type, not every color, but I did like a light color and a dark color in every single one, tried different methods, ruffles, curls to see, is there a better technique? Is there a better mesh? We did natural, we did just the regular, we did high foil, we did low foil. And so, yeah, you're gonna get noticeable fading in anything that is a red or dark blue. It actually ends up turning almost a pink color, and that's whether you spray it or not. Those will fade first, just like cars. So I advise keeping them out of direct sunlight if you want them to last longer.
And this is great. Anne O'Riordan says, my first time watching live from Dublin, Ireland. And there's another woman on by the name of Trish Kenny, who is also watching from Dublin, Ireland.
You guys should get together.
You guys should get together, and now you have a crafting buddy.
Right?
Crafting frame.
How often does that happen? So you never know. You guys could get together and order supplies in bulk and then pay half the shipping.
And we don't mind. You guys go ahead and chat on here by yourselves.
Feel free.
Feel free.
Yep. Start your private conversations.
That's awesome. I love it when that happens.
So do I.
Especially, too, from Dublin, Ireland.
Right? What's the likelihood of that?
Yeah.
So I'm loving this color. You could have gone with, because I played with a whole bunch of different color combinations before I settled on this. You could go natural. You could play to the beiges in the woodwork and trim of the sign to give you like a more rustic country look. You could go with a solid white, whether you add foil or non-foil, it's entirely up to you. There's just a lot. You can even play into like a sage green and pull the subtle greens that are in the details of the sign. There's just a lot you can do. So I wanted this more like a monochromatic, just because I think it would look good on a white door or a black door. It would really create a statement.
Hi, Kimberly said hi, first time watching from Winchester, Virginia.
Hi, welcome.
Yes, hello from Aylett, Virginia. Welcome. Deborah Pendleton, first time. Welcome.
See, Steve catches them before I do.
And it's
like,
even hard. I mean, there's a lot of people commenting right now. So apologize if I don't get to all of you because there's a lot of comments coming in.
you're doing a really good job.
Iva said, my first time on your live. I love your work. You are really crafty.
Thank you. Wait till you see some of the designs that we are just going to introduce this year. Just things that I have never personally done, we're going to tackle for 2021. So I'm super excited. For people who love florals, we have a bunch of different ways to do florals that hopefully might make it a little easier for people who are intimidated.
Yep, and thank you, Pat, for replying, or for somebody replying to you. She said, how many pipe cleaners inside and outside? So it's 6 pipe cleaners on the inside, 12 on the
to
outside. That's for 18 total.
And that's just my standard. You guys can do it any way you want. You know, there's some people who put them on the welds, but I think, I don't know how many you would come up with for the welds, because there's not 2 per section. You might come up with like 8 or 10. I just prefer having an even number on the inside and an even number for the outside. It just makes it easier when you're doing multiple ribbon. Trying to find my
She said, replay, love the mesh. Amelia, first time on your page, love the colors you're using.
Thank you. Okay, so let me make sure I have pulled all these to the outside. I think I have. I've been trying to do it, and I've clipped all the 6 on the inside, so those are no longer there. So now what we're gonna do, let me show you. This is the base. Half full, I'm sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
So this is the general base, and now we're gonna go ahead and create the bow. So with this one, we are going to...
The size frame is a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath form. Deco mesh is a 10-inch Deco mesh from Craft Outlet or Wreath Shop, cut to 20 inches.
You are so good. You can see that...
Aleli asked, how do you decide what wreath to make? What do you look at? Normally the sign gives you a ton of inspiration.
Sometimes it's the sign. Like, that was me today. I did really want to do another beach wreath, but I was like, we just did that Friday. So, and then I found the signs and I'm like, oh, let's do the signs because it's different. Okay, so we're gonna do the 2.5 inch. This is black with the white stripe from Craft Outlet. We have another 2.5 inch, the black with white polka dots. This is D. Stevens ribbon. So if you guys have never heard of D. Stevens ribbon, it's really high quality ribbon. It's also really expensive, but I just love the polka dots. Then we have solid black canvas, which came from Kringle Designs, because I like buying them in bigger bulk, like the 50-yard rolls. We have the white and black plaid with the raised white stitching, came from Craft Outlet. Then we have the black and white plaid on a diagonal. This came from Craft Outlet. And then just the regular white and black plaid, and this came from Hobby Lobby.
Gingham, yep.
Yeah. So I'm kind of just playing with what I want to see on the outside placement. I think what I'm gonna do is break these up like this. this helps give me kind of an idea of what my bow might look like. And I always pick something patterned and pretty for the very top bow, because that's going to be what draws your eyes in. And I like on the house that it's all done in brick. So that's why I picked this particular pattern, is it kind of resembles the brickwork on the house. So let me take these, push those to the side, and
Kat's still not sure which ribbon she's going to put on top of which, so
I do now.
she's working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I already did. So, dovetail. Dovetail simply means taking your wired edges, you bring those together, and then depending upon how deep you want your V to be, everything is always going to be towards the same point, which is the point on the edge of your wired ribbon. So if you do it here, 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 it just depends how deep your V cut's going to be. So there is your dovetail. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to break this up. I think I'm going to go 14 inches for the tail on this one.
Oh, thank you, Juanita. Remember, she just joined live today in the private group. She said today's workshop was really interesting. Thank you for sharing your information with us.
All the forms. And I'm working on the document. I'm just trying to capture all the SKU numbers and like from all the Dollar Tree forms. So that way you have a listing, you have it handy, and then as those seasons get ready to roll into play, you can go online and start picking those up. So I'm going to do a 5.5 inch loop, even though my tail's a little bit longer, because this bow is actually going to go towards the bottom. So the house is going to be at the top and the bow's going to kind of finish that off. So we'll try it and see what it looks like. And then we said 14 inches.
So welcome everyone, just tuning in.
So longer tails. So those are done. And then I still want longer tails. So this one's going to be a little different in how we assemble it. Because if you're putting a bow at the bottom, you're not going to want your tails all over the place. You're going to kind of want everything pulling down towards the bottom. So this one we're going to do at 13 inches.
Hi Simone. Yeah, she decided to do an extra video tonight, and she started at 6. So for the gals on the East Coast, it's a little bit late.
It is.
For the gals in the UK, it's really late.
And for the people here in California, not so late.
Yeah, there's another woman from UK as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do a 5-inch loop on this one. So I'm kind of coming in a 1/2 inch on the loop size. So remember, my first one is 5.5 inches. So I really need to make sure this one's at 5. And then we're gonna go all the way out.
And Belma, welcome. She said hello, first time watching from Deep South Texas. Belma, welcome.
Hold on a sec, I gotta look. I totally forgot. Okay, that one went to 12. Let's go right to here.
Iva, no, she does not sell ribbon or lace. She mainly does design classes for wreaths and other home decor. And then she has a private group that she teaches how to do it as well.
I would love to sell ribbons and signs and everything else, but honestly, I just don't have enough time to do all of that. It would just be way overwhelming.
It's a Margot McGregor. Hi, I love watching you work. Saw a few of your live presentations. They're amazing. From Scotland. Yes, it's 2:15 in the middle of the night. LOL. So wow. It's 2:30 now.
Are you one of those people who stay up late? Because we have like our son-in-law and our youngest daughter. They're really late night people. Just because he works, like swing, so he gets off at like midnight. So they have to come home and like decompress.
And maybe they work like a swing shift. So
yeah, I've always wondered, like, because some people are just night owls by nature. Okay, we'll do 11 on this one, but we're still gonna do 4.5 inch loops. So the width of my bow has not changed, but the length of it is. Because I like to have little longer tails if your bow's going to be at the bottom or off to the side. So I think I said 11.
Glenda, the sign can be found at the Wreath Shop, Craft Outlet. I think even they said Deco Exchange, and another company on Etsy called Fifth Street Studios, with the number 5TH, and then Street Studios, all one word.
Okay, there's that one. We shall see. Then we're doing, I think I said solid black.
Kathy said, love the color choices of the ribbon.
Hold on a
I
second.
really like it when you do the black and white thing.
You do or you don't?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Margot said, yes, I stay up if I know you're on, usually in bed by midnight. Oh, thanks, Margaret.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So this one we're going to do at 10 inches and then we'll start bringing it in. So this will still be 4.5-inch loops. So I love using the bow jabber because it's just twist. Plus this is what I learned on
Yes,
when I started.
Another gal asked if you like the Easy Bow Maker or the Bow Jabber better. You like the Bow Jabber better, much better.
Yeah, because I'm all about organization. And for me, the Easy Bow Maker, for me, just takes up too much space in my craft room. I have it, but I only have it because people are like, well, have you tried that one? So it's, yes, I have. I just like the fact I can take this, put it in the box and everything. Like in my craft room, closet is all in square or rectangular shaped boxes or storage containers because they can stack. So I like that. Okay, now we're back to black. This will be, that was 10. Let's go
Deborah, how much was in the roll of mesh? It was pretty much a full roll.
a full roll.
And because she's doing 18 pieces at at 20 inches, it's pretty much takes up the full roll.
You just kind of, like I said, what I do sometimes is I'll cut. What I've noticed is happening a lot lately is you don't get a full, like you're supposed to get 360 inches, right? In a 30-foot roll, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Yep.
So you can either, sometimes you come up with just like 17 and a half. So you can look at those and make slight adjustments, like maybe the first 6 or like 19 or 19 and a half.
Yep.
And then that way you know that you're likely to come up with exactly everything that you need to. Okay, so this is gonna be a 4.5-inch loop. This is a 9-inch tail. And then we'll finish off with an 8-inch tail and a 3.5-inch loop. So I love solids. I think sometimes for us as creatives, we're so caught up with the patterns that we forget that what a solid color can do to your design.
Yeah.
Like just putting in a solid white or a solid black or even a solid gray would really pull the bow together.
I think I remind Kat a lot when she's buying it. Don't forget to buy solids.
I get to buy solids. Yep, exactly. Okay, so 8 inches on this one with a 3.5-inch loop.
Denise said, I guess Fifth Street Studio doesn't have the sign any longer. They might just be out for now and then they'll restock.
Yeah.
Try other stores. I know Kat, you showed this sign on your private group today, didn't you?
Today. And
So-
you know what's funny though? When I went into her shop, because I went to order the Swiss dot ribbon, I didn't see that sign.
So
I didn't see
maybe
any
it
of
sold
them.
out. Maybe people bought more, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a new sign.
Yeah.
So like Steve says, just bookmark or favorite her shop and then go back. Or check all the other sources. Check
Right.
Deco Exchange, check Craft Outlet and the Reshop. All of those online sources, you don't have to have a wholesale or business license to order from them. Anyone can order from them.
And then Shannon earlier said, I'm loving this video because I watched how you're going to make it because I ordered the exact same sign and
Okay.
actually have the black and gray
This ribbon?
roll. I think the mesh.
Oh, well that's
So-
black and white.
Yeah. Well, it could be the ribbon. She didn't say ribbon. It says black and gray roofs, so I'm assuming it's either ribbon or mesh, something.
Okay.
It could have just been a spell check thing.
So I'll make sure I put all those away so they don't all come undone. Let's go ahead and...
A lot of gals here say they love these late nights. They work late and a night hawk, so I like these times. That was Deb.
See, I'm like that too. Sometimes it's just like, I'll be sitting around and it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, I would really like to make a wreath. But I'm like, no. Because I'm not an early person. I would rather stay up late. Okay, so let's fluff this on our board. Now remember, this one's different. So you're not gonna see that same look that you're used to where you have this spray, because this is going at the bottom of the sign. So this is an 18 by 24 inch cutting board. It's 3/4 inch thick, but you can replicate this for much cheaper. Go to your local hardware store. A lot of times they have wood pre-cut in 24 by 24 inch pieces, an inch tall, and then just go get a C-hook because they screw in. Just screw it into the center of your board. I added the nail only because sometimes we do the floral wire, so this will help secure it. But all you're gonna do is grab onto that through your pipe cleaner. So I just have it hooked like that. So I can swivel that, but it won't pull off the table. So because we're doing everything down,
Wow.
we need to pull things down.
Carol said no one has the sign. The only one I saw was a reshop and they're out of stock. Just keep checking every day. I'm sure they probably have to restock, so.
So we're just gonna pull both loops out and we're gonna pull the tails down. Remember I said this one's different. We're not doing it like we normally fluff. Same thing, we're going to, now because I have these, I can change the position of how the loops go. So like stripe, polka dot, stripe, and then I'll pull the other polka dot over. Let me get the ribbon tail down so that they're alternating.
Linda, that's a great question, but that would take a long time to answer.
What's
She
that?
said, is there a basic stock of ribbon a beginner should have?
I would always say your basic primary colors, red, yellow, blue, green, orange, purple, black and white, perfect. And then supplement it with things that you like. And that's just gonna be your preference.
A lot of beige.
A lot of beige, a lot of black and white.
A lot of white, yeah.
So I'm doing the same thing.
And if you're gonna order an 1.5 inch, I would order
You always order two.
2, and then order 2.5 inches if you're able to as well.
Yeah, we always order two because sometimes you never know what you're doing on your design. So in order to make sure you have enough, and sometimes you'll create a design and someone will see it and they go, oh, I wanted to buy that. And you're like, oh, sorry, it sold. And they're like, can you make another one? So that enables you to have plenty of stock on hand to be able to answer that with a yes, I can. Okay, last one. We're just mixing these up. So I'm gonna pull the black over, separate these. So this is my bow, everything's coming down. I'm gonna go ahead and put the curl back into these. And that's just done by using your fingers like scissors and pulling everything down.
I've asked, is the house going to be in the middle of the wreath?
Kind of, I guess. I don't know. They haven't put it there, so I don't know. And this is the first time me making that, so I don't know. Let's do this. Let's break that up a little bit. Okay, so now my bow's gonna look like that. Instead of what we normally see where we have tails splayed out all over the board, here's just black and white. And then we'll go ahead and pop this off the C-hook. Oops, don't want it to go to the floor. now, let's go ahead, get rid of all that phrase. Let's go ahead and add the sign. So we are going to, I don't like to pull the staples out. Sometimes you can damage the MDF. We are gonna go ahead, it won't be right in the middle, just a little bit higher.
Yeah, gotcha.
A little bit higher than normal. And then we'll go ahead and add our pipe cleaners to the ends. So I'm gonna do that using a staple gun because my sign is 3/4 of it, or 1/4 inch thick, and I'm using 1/4 inch staples. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these right on the end. And then just to prevent them from sliding out, I always crisscross them. So it has like a little loop.
Yeah, Denise, yeah, Crinkle Designs is awesome, especially when you order a pretty large box. It has your name on it, and they said you're rocking it, or they give a kind of a really cool little sentence or catchphrase for you.
Okay, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and add this. Like I said, when you look at it, here's halfway, but if we go halfway, I've got a lot of available space up here, and you know, it's pretty even. Because I know I'm gonna be putting my bow at the bottom, I wanna bring my sign up. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Before I do that, I'm going to locate those pipe cleaners that are removed from earlier, because that makes finding my frame super simple.
So many people ask about where can I get the stapler.
The staple?
Yeah.
Originally I got it from Lowe's, and now you can find it on Amazon, because I don't know, it's a Black & Decker Power Shot. I just like it because it's so easy to use. I stole it, I bought it for Steve, and then I stole it. Borrowed, right?
Borrowed it definitely. But I know where it's at.
He does.
Arlene, you said the sign is available at, but then you didn't finish. So if you found a place where it's available, let everyone know.
Oh, PLY.
Oh, PLY, gotcha.
Personally yours.
Personally yours.
So it's PLY Wreaths signs.com.
Thank you, Arlene. I didn't see it. She did post it earlier down. She said, so PLY, which is personally yours, and then Cuther Crafts have the sign.
Nice. Thank you guys for going and doing the research.
Yeah,
so
thank you,
there
Arlene.
is our wreath with said sign on the door. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and add some of my ribbon tails, because as we get down to the bottom, when we put the bow on, I won't be able to do that. So we're going to take the white with the stripe and the polka dot. These are cut to 14-inch pieces, and we're going to alternate the colors. So it doesn't matter whether you pick black or white for your pipe cleaners. I fold them in half, and then I just pinch to find middle. I'm gonna go right to the center of my pipe cleaner, give it 2 good twists, and then I pull these to the bottom like rays of sun. Back in kindergarten, all the rays of the sun would always radiate out. So that's exactly what we're doing there. And then we'll alternate polka dots. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the 1.5 inch ribbon. So this should go pretty quickly. I just like fanning it out because it helps draw the eye out from the design. What are you doing?
Make sure I get good volume.
Oh, that's true, because I did turn the volume thingy off on my phone.
That's fine.
But you're hearing it,
Mm-hmm.
just so our alarm doesn't keep going off. There's motion in your front. There's motion in your front. Okay. Polka dot. And I have to remember that I don't want to take my pipe cleaners all the way off, because we're going to kind of embellish the pipe cleaners a little bit. Okay, keep going around. This is where you wish you could just snap your fingers and it's like boom,
Done.
and done, right?
Yep.
And they're done.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. If you knew which 1.5 you were going on top of your 2.5,
Oh,
you
that I
just
would
do them
do
at
it?
the same time.
No, because if I was replicating this design, because I had done it before, I would know. But since I'm kind of creating it while we're working on it, this allows me to make some last minute changes. Like if I don't like how a particular ribbon looks, I can take it off. So I don't know. Okay. And for those of you that might be interested, this wreath is available for sale on my website only right now. Oops. It's catching the Deco mesh as we go around. Have you pinned? Can you pin?
I'm asking Gail right now.
You can't pin still?
Nope.
What will you do with the wreath when you finish it, Kat? So when I finish it, it hangs. I have giant wall spaces in my home, so they get incorporated on my wall space.
We have wreaths everywhere. But we have a lot of wall space, yes. So she will take photos of it once she's done.
And then it just goes on the wall.
Yep.
Until it sells. And then I know, like I used to have, we have a 4-bedroom house. And we used to have one that was dedicated just for Christmas, or seasonal holidays like that. So I knew if it was a Christmas wreath that sold, and they sell sometimes at the weirdest time of the year, I know where all the Christmas wreaths are. I know where all my Halloween wreaths are. They're kind of just, sometimes they're in closets, hung up like clothes, so that way they stay dust-free, smoke-free, weather-free, heat-free.
Colleen kind of asked, I have difficult pricing my wreaths, so how much would you price this?
This one I'm pricing at $85. And if you guys have priced D. Stevens Raven, you would know. And then the jute burlap wreath, the mesh this year has gone way up. Like, I think I have to, because I buy my mesh so far in advance that I don't look at what it's currently selling for. And then I go and I click on it and I'm like, holy cow. That just went way up.
And Lisa, yes, she did do ruffles. The ruffles are cut 20 inches. And then the 2.5-inch ribbon she's doing, the tails are cut to 14 inches. And she's alternating the polka dot and the black. So they're 6 quantity each.
Yeah.
12 total. And they're cut to 14 inches. And then once she gets to 1.5 inches, we'll tell you
What
she's
I
got.
decide to do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put the bow on and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. So I know this one right here in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and remove it.
And the reason why there's only 12 on the outside is because the sign takes up most of the space on the inside. So that's why she cut off most of her pipe cleaners once she got her Deco mesh in. The sign's gonna take
Between that
And
and
the bow.
the bow, it's going to take up all the interior real estate space. So there's no point in me having those 6 there. So let's go ahead and add this. Let's grab this. And I liked using the ruffle on this design because I wanted it more flat. Like when we did the cruffle on Friday, I would be fighting the curls around the house right now and trying to get it to lay flat. So doing a ruffle gives you a flatter workspace for wreath to work on. So let's pull all these down. Let me pull them. Let's get everything fluffed. working these ones under the bow. I don't want it to come too high because I want to be able to see the designs on the house. Okay. So, let me show you what it looks like so far. Sorry, babe.
No, you're good.
I know, sometimes I wait for it to show so I can see it. And I'm like, what does that look like that?
Gotcha.
So more like that, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm trying to get my ruffles by the sign to lay flat. So I'm kind of pushing them down. Okay, so on the outside, 2 different options. So I did this on Friday, is we have the hexagon ribbon, and this is cut to 18-inch pieces. Then we're gonna do the black with the white stitching on the black and gray plaid. These are gonna be double bows, and these are gonna be half bows. Now the half bows are gonna go on the polka dots. So a half bow, because it only has 1 loop, you're gonna bring your tails together. You're gonna come up to the top. You're gonna, it's about 2 inches from where you pinch it to the top of your ribbon, literally is like 2 inches.
No, I can't see that. Okay.
Okay, so these are going where the polka dots are. 3, 4, 5. And for now, I'm going to cut them down, the pipe cleaners, but not off. So 1.5 inches maybe. And then you're gonna fan out your half bow to where it looks more like an awareness ribbon. Just like so. And then these are the little pieces. So we're gonna come back in and embellish these little pipe cleaner guys. And then the double bow is where it actually has 2 loops. We're doing the same process with the black. And this is where I was telling you, sometimes you can alternate patterns with solids and create an actual double bow. So we take half bow and half bow. We mix them together. These are going to go in right here on the black and white striped. We are going to twist these all the way through and cut them off. So these will all go down to where they're twisted. And then we're gonna pull the tails down. The loops go up. You're gonna have to twist one of them so they're laying the same direction. So you have a black with gray tails, and then you have a gray with black tails. It's easier if I try to do it this way.
Once she gets around it, she'll spin it so you can see it.
Just like that. So I'm gonna go around and finish these up.
You're gonna leave the pipe cleaners on it, so you're gonna do
On
the,
this one, yeah.
Gotcha. I know which one.
Yep.
Georgie said, do you have the code for the signs? Yes or no? Georgie, that's available for the private group.
And I don't on this one right off the top of my head. And it's in my book, but my book isn't here.
And personally, yours website, I think, is PLY Designs.
PLY Wreathsigns.com.
Gotcha.
Used to be on Etsy, and then she changed everything to her website. Or put her website just by itself. Because Etsy got way too crazy. Let's do this. So double. I just sometimes think that, a house, like this one needed something besides the house a little bit more. So that's why we decided.
Yeah.
to go.
Piggy, after you put the half bow or the double bow on, once you get it cinched down in the pipe cleaner, then you have to do your twist of one of the tails to get it to be right side up.
Yeah.
So you have to twist after you put it in.
You could do it before. You're
could.
just gonna have to
Yeah.
straighten it up
Yeah.
by the time you get it twisted in under your pipe cleaners. Okay, a bow and a bow. It almost looks like a tuxedo bow. Like a really nice tuxedo.
She can show how to do the double bow one more time.
Yeah, so this is what they were saying. So when you do it like this and you put it into your pipe cleaner, okay, pretend my finger's the pipe cleaner, you have it this way. So you have one right side up and one not. So you're gonna need to turn this one. So you can choose whether you wanna turn it before you put it in or after. I just do it when it's after. So technically if I did it like this, it's all ready to go. Two, three. Okay, let's cut this down. Whoop.
Alalee, yeah, give her a minute. She'll show you how to do the double bow
The
as well.
double bow?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is weird because it's not really a double bow. It's just like a double, it's a regular bow with 4 tails.
Yeah.
So, trying to make sure I can, okay, so double bow. You're doing it just like you do the half bow. So you're making the portion of it just like your half bow, but you're gonna take 2 of them and you're gonna make 2 half bows. Then you're gonna take them and put them side by side,
Yeah, just flop the bows
just like
opposite
this.
of each other.
And then, let's do it over here. This one's a little easier. You're gonna take it, you're gonna go ahead and put that, like right where you have your finger holding everything is gonna be the placement where your pipe cleaner's gonna go. You get your 4 or 5 twists in there. I just take my pipe cleaner and pull it back. And then you're going to take your loops. You're gonna pull the loops out. You're gonna take your bow. You're gonna flip that other tail around. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Pull your tails down.
Trisha said, love it. She said earlier, love it. Looks like a 3D effect.
It kind of
The
does.
black and white, yeah.
And then you just fan them out. So that's what it looks like. So I can't forget. I need to go back and do the other one. Okay, so let me go back over here because I need to finish these up around the top. Two. So this one's a half. I always got to remember, okay, when you're doing the half bow, we need to leave our pipe cleaners. Don't cut them off. Just bring these down. Okay, there we go. Snip, snip. So I've got to do another double bow. So this one. This one.
Yeah, Alalee said, I love the double bow. It really fills the space.
Yeah, I mean, you can do like 2 1.5 crisscross to 2.5 inch crisscross. I always felt that there was something missing in the middle. I'm like, but what goes in the middle? Like it looks like an X marks the spot kind of thing. And I always wanted to put something in the middle. But that's just my preference. Remember, I gotta flip. Okay. Flippy, flippy, flip. Okay. Half bow, double bow. And I think it just gives it some visual interest because you have loops going sideways, loops going vertical. You're pulling all the colors from snip that one too short.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, this is the one that I needed it to be.
I pulled the whole thing out.
No, I cut it. So when you cut it and you're not supposed to, you need to rerun a pipe cleaner back up through there again. And just twist them back. And then snip. This is what happens when you get into a habit of doing things. You just do it without thinking. And then you can't tell. And I've done that a lot when I'm making my designs. Okay, so we're gonna do double bow and a double bow, and then we're done. Double, double, and then we'll embellish our pipe cleaners and we will be officially done. These ones we can cut. So it takes about 1.5 hours or 2 hours to make. It depends. Like when I'm doing it by myself and I'm not live, I don't have my ribbons cut, so I'm kind of doing it as I'm creating it. If you had all the materials cut, you could probably blow it out pretty quick. I would say within an hour. It just depends. Okay. Making sure. We gotta go over here. Just underneath. And add our double bow.
So Kathy Reenerson, can you do me a favor? Can you see the post that I just posted, which is Kat's website? Can you type that in, www.catscreationsandmore.com, and then post it, and I should be able to pin that. It's just weird that Facebook won't let me pin my own.
Maybe you got shut down.
Oh, maybe, who knows?
You just never know.
It does take a little bit longer when you're on a live, Iva.
3, 4, 5. Yes, it does. Because you're stopping, you're explaining, you're cutting, and then of course with me, I have to recut again.
But we do try to have a Sue Crafter available. So
Sue Crafter?
Sue Crafter, we pre-make and cut all the ribbon and deco mesh and
ain't no one got time to watch you do all that.
like a sous chef.
That's true. And sometimes I do that when my daughters come over.
Kathy, it's catscreationsandmore.com. If you could do that.
Oh, I see what she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me refluff all these guys. Okay. So the little embellishments. Since they come in 2 different colors, let me move this back. We're gonna do white and like pink.
Black. It's like black or gray.
Yeah, there's black mixed in with gray, so I can be kind of creative. And see, look, rectangular containers, everything stacks. So stacking works well for me. So I'm gonna use the little, these are called scatters and fillers, bowl and vase fillers. Let's see, I'm looking. So like these were a combination of Halloween and Christmas. These are a combination of Christmas and 4th of July. So I just kind of combo my colors. So we're gonna put some of these on those pipe cleanered ends, just a kind of little bit of sparkle. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. So I have my little scatter and filler, and they just slide right onto the end of the pipe cleaner. And then I'll go back when we're not live and put those on. And I'll glue these on.
There you go. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. Yes. See, I'm able to pin hers.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I give up
Who
figuring
knows?
things out. Sometimes I just go, it is the way it is. So as you can see, we're just adding a white and then a black to those little pipe cleaner ends.
Yeah, and basically, depending upon the sign that you buy, you can change the color of your deco mesh and ribbons. You can do beiges and blacks if you wanted to, and
Yeah, it might be time to get some more white. Because I use white 4th of July, Christmas, what else? Easter. And I was like, ooh, I have some more. Same thing with black. Black is hard to find. So you could get it when Hobby Lobby used to sell Halloween.
yes.
You could pick them up there. But since they don't, sometimes Dollar Tree carries them. Okay. And that should do it.
So Deborah, what she'll do is after she puts on all of the scatters and fillers, which by the way she finds 90% of the time from Hobby Lobby.
Oh.
We've ordered before from Amazon, but most of the time we find it from Hobby Lobby. We'll go back with a glue gun and we'll pull each one off and just put a little dab of glue and then glue it right onto the pipe cleaner.
Okay. So, there we go. Let's put it on the door so you guys can see. This is an average size door, so it's a 36-inch door. Making sure all my things hang down correctly. Making sure. There we go. We will go ahead and fluff our bow. See, now it's easier to put the curl back in your ribbon when it's actually on.
Yep. Right, Kathy? She said this would be a great wreath to sell to realtors
Oh, yeah.
to give them their clients when they buy a home. Yeah, we've talked about that before, but yeah, their house sign is perfect.
Yeah, and there's so many signs now that are coming out. So it's like home sweet home, there's welcome home, home is where the heart is, just the regular home. So yeah, I mean, that's a great opportunity if you happen to know someone who's a realtor. Hashtag Rusty.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Right? I know a few people are realtors, hashtag big. So yeah, these would make a great wreath. You could even like color coordinate it with their doors. So if their door is blue, you might want to do like a navy and cream or a navy and beige.
Yeah.
So sky's the limits. So there you go. Short, sweet, and simple design.
Robin said, I love the bow on the bottom. Yeah, I love having the cascading tails just kind of.
Yeah. It's a good
down.
place to put it. I don't think it would have really worked anywhere else because if we would have put it here, you have the loops that cover the sign.
Right.
And you really want to see all the details in the house.
Other side, it would have covered the chimney. Yeah.
Right. So it's just a nice look. It's something different. It's something simple. So, okay. That's pretty much all I have for you. What?
Kylene asked, if possible, could you show the wreath you took down?
Oh.
It's a lighthouse wreath.
Yes. Well, it's what I call my compass wreath. So this one actually says see, the word S-E-A, see life's beauty. So, I don't know, it's a play on words.
Yep.
So yeah, this is the nautical, I guess you'd call it nautical, not really beach wreath, but it could
It's a
be.
nautical. Yeah.
Like Cape Cod-ish.
Right.
Okay, so don't forget if you want to sign up, go to catscreationsandmore.com. Come join my private group. You'll love it. We're just starting our back to basics class. We finish up with the materials class, and so next week Sunday is Deco mesh. So it's all about the mesh, and we're going to talk what's a good buy, where's a good place to buy your mesh, what should you have, if you're going to start off, what inventory should you have, how many of each, And then this way you set yourself up for success by the end of the year. So, any other questions?
Just said thank you, Kat. Peggy said I knew I would love this when you posted the sign. You never disappoint.
Aw, thanks.
Linda said love that wreath. Margot said thank you. It's beautiful. She's the one in Scotland, so hope you gals can get some sleep.
Yes, thank you for staying up and joining us.
Nina said how do I find your private group?
catscreationsandmore.com.
So
So
I-
it's the letter N, more.com, pinned to the bottom,
It's
right?
pinned to the bottom. Yep.
Thank you, Kathy, for doing that. Go click on that and scroll all the way to the bottom. And then there's the private group. So it'll say request here to join the Facebook group. That's the second part that you need to do. But right underneath that is like small print sentences, and we're going to fix that so it's a little easier to find. And then you click the see more and it opens up everything and tells you everything you get. You get materials lists for everything that I do in a public or private live. So that becomes your shopping list, so you can use that and go find all your supplies.
And yes, she will post the material to the private group later, probably tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little late for us
Yeah.
to do that. But thank you for joining me and have a great week, everyone. And I'll talk to the public group on Friday if I don't go live before then. Bye, everyone.